Hi again. This is the second part of my chat, which I hope you find useful. Just to recap, I'm an autistic mum to two autistic children. My daughter, who is 12, also has ADHD and Tourette's and is trans. So I'd really recommend building a support network, and I say that as someone who typically doesn't like asking for help and who doesn't find making connections easy. We're lucky enough to be connected with two incredible charities who provide affirmative support to young people who are trans, non-binary, or gender questioning. They hold youth groups, online meetups, and other activities. Family members are invited to join some in-person meetups with their young people or in separate parent-only spaces. If you're an autistic parent like me, you might find parent groups excruciatingly uncomfortable, but there are elements of these networks that I do access, and it has still been hugely valuable in feeling less alone. Many of the young people in the groups my daughter attends are also neurodivergent, which probably won't be a surprise to you. My daughter really enjoys being in a space where she doesn't have to worry about being questioned or judged. But one thing we came to learn about her being in mixed age group discussions was that she'd soak up things she heard and kind of prematurely or unnecessarily added them to her already quite long list of worries. Examples being some year 11 children talking about the stress of GCSE work and older teens discussing chosen families, meaning the people that many LGBTQ plus people choose to have close to them, often because sadly their own family relationships have broken down as they haven't been accepted. Exposure to adult themes and misinformation has been a bit of a theme along her journey. She was introduced to the idea of bottom surgery, slightly bizarrely, in year 6 by a 10-year-old boy. Bottom surgery for trans people is to undergo surgery to align your body with your gender identity. She then Googled it, only to be met with information on bum lifting plastic surgery, which caused a lot of confusion. As she's got older and has her own access to the internet through her mobile phone, there have been several other examples where she's done her own research on elements of trans healthcare and could have really done with some adult navigation. She's often 10 steps ahead of us. If a thought pops in her head, she'll not wait until we can look things up together from a trusted, age-appropriate source. We do monitor her phone and will acknowledge anything that she's shown curiosity about. Another thing I can't fully protect her from is society. For as long as I could manage, she simply didn't need to know how such hatred exists towards people like her. We try and counteract this by talking about LGBTQ plus role models or allies, and we attend Pride or Trans Pride marches and events as a family. Our children have been going to Pride events since they were babies. They're usually a source of joy and hope. They can be an obvious sensory challenge too, but like all things with careful planning, they are manageable. Sometimes I struggle under the weight of worries I have about my daughter and the difficulties she'll have to navigate in life as a neurodivergent trans person. In practical terms, is that twice the advocating? I sometimes feel like I spend my life writing carefully crafted emails to the school, whether that's about classroom adaptations or things like access to changing rooms and toilets. Luckily, my partner's not afraid of picking up the phone when that's the most helpful way to be listened to also. It also feels like it's my responsibility to keep my worries and stress private from her, and I wish I had a clever answer for other worried parents here. I compartmentalise, I break down problems, and I address the things I'm in control of, and I seek out information, and I find joy in my life and in my family. I couldn't really be anywhere else. Whilst the work behind the scenes can be exhausting, there's no other option than fully supporting and advocating for my daughter, and it's a privilege to watch her grow. LGBTQ plus children, young or old, really need us, and they're vulnerable. At a minimum, they might not identify when they're the butt of a joke. More seriously, they might not sense danger or open up if they're a victim of abuse, which terrifyingly is much more common for trans people. The last thing I want to say is that we tell her we love her a lot, and I'm not sharing that to be annoying. But my daughter, like many other neurodivergent young people, is someone who is instantaneous. So what you said yesterday might not hold today. She's someone who experiences rejection, who can misread a situation, someone who ruminates, and who has moments of deep insecurity and even questions whether they're a good person. So apologies if this sounds overly basic, but giving reassurance, affirmations, and love are crucial. Thank you.